How's everybody doing today? My name's Dustin. Welcome back to my channel. I'm just getting off of work, getting ready to go to the gym, so I figured I'd shoot this quick little video to, kind of recap my first week of the Kizen Infinite Off-Season program. I thought the training was great. I got to get used to training only 4 days a week. I'm used to doing either 5 or 6 days a week, so taking back the volume and increasing the intensity is one of the things that I'm going to work on. So I feel like I'm really going to get that from this program. I like having the 3 days off to rest. I feel great going into today after having the weekend off. I'm also taking Wednesdays off, so right before my squat days, I feel really refreshed and ready to attack the workout. So that that's a really good thing. My squats didn't move that well last week, but that's why this program has the adjustability, basically based on however many reps you hit for as many reps as you can. If you don't do so well one week, it's okay. You get to attempt that weight the next week or go down a little bit. Life happens, and that's kind of how they set this program up, so that life happens. We can't always train 100%, give it our all every single time we go out there. So it's good that you can have this, and your training will adjust itself so that you can still give it your all, even if you don't feel like you're performing that well that day. So it's a really great thing. I've loved it so far. My diet, I stayed perfect on my diet all weekend, which I actually don't think I have ever done. Yeah, I can't remember a time that I've actually stuck to my meal plan for all 21 meals, or well, shoot, I think 35 meals. I stuck through it for a whole week. I feel great. I jumped on the scale. I weigh myself daily, and then you kind of just take your weekly average and compare it to your next week's average. And so my weight, it's kind of hard because I wasn't used to weighing myself on my scale that we have now. We're staying with our in-laws, so I was using their scale. Our scale is packed up in storage, so I wasn't really sure what I weighed on their scale. Every scale is a little different. It's just kind of how it is. Depends on how they make it and stuff like that. So I weighed myself actually Saturday, like evening-ish, around 5. So I'd already eaten most of my meals for the day, and I weighed in, I think I was like 246, which is about it was my starting weight when I first started. Sunday morning, I weighed in at 241.8 or 0.9, somewhere around there, just under 242. So, it's a 4-pound loss, but really, when you first start working out and dieting and stuff, it's mostly water weight. So it's still a loss. I don't really go by the number on the scale. I mean, obviously I do have a goal I want to get to, kind of around the 215, 220-ish. That's when I I felt like I was really at my I was at my best so far. I'm not saying I can't get to that at a higher weight, or if I need to have a lower weight to get to it. But I go based on how I feel in the mirror, and how I look in the mirror and how I feel. I feel really healthy. Like, I'm not 100% sure I've felt this great before. I'm sure I have at some point. Like I said, back when I got heavy into CrossFit, I felt really good about, where I was physically, and how my body looked, and my cardio stamina. That was the best cardio shape I've ever been in. So I might do a little bit of that kind of stuff to get back to that level eventually. After tearing my ACL, it's hard for me to run. I've gone through all my physical therapy, and my strength's almost, pretty much back to where it was before. I might be a little bit stronger, but I also accumulate that to me being a little bit heavier, about 20 pounds heavier. So weight, it takes weight to move weight, is what they usually say. But like I said, eventually I'll try and incorporate some of those cardios. I liked it because it was it was cardio without actually having to run. You know, you had your rows and you're doing a lot of giant sets, or you're doing, you know, back-to-back movements and stuff like that. So hopefully, well, once we get our own place and, you know, we get our gym back together and stuff like that, it'll be easier. You know, it's hard to do giant sets and stuff at commercial gyms. They, you know, everybody's trying to get some of the weight, and, you know, we all don't want to be there all day. So, you know, I try to be courteous and, you know, just use the little pieces of equipment that I need. So, yeah, I felt really good. I had a really good week. I look forward to this week. I go in with that mindset that I'm gonna have a good week, and, you know, if you think negative thoughts, you're gonna have negativity brought into your life. And I started doing some personal development and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see, you know, how my mindset, you know, sort of shifts into what it's gonna become and what I want it to be. And, you know, I'm working on how I speak about things that I'm doing. And I want it to be, you know, come off as a more positive vibe, and I'm going, not I want to do it, because if you wanted it bad enough, you would just go out there and do it. So that's kind of how I'm approaching this channel. You know, I was super nervous when I posted my first one. I appreciate everybody who's checking out my videos. You know, it means a lot to me because I see people viewing it and I'm like, oh, you know, they can kind of relate to what I'm going through. I appreciate your guys' views and all the likes. I broke double-digit subscribers, so now I think we're up to like 13 subscribers, so that's cool. Like, I never thought, you know, I'd have any subscribers on here, just a couple close friends, but it's been great. I hope that I can motivate you, and you guys, you know, you guys motivate the hell out of me. So, you know, that's such a great feeling. Like, I'm like, oh man, I need to get into the gym so I can shoot these part of my training, so I can show it to, you know, to everybody, and stick to my diet 100% again this week and this weekend. It was awkward. My mother-in-law actually was like, oh, why is DJ prepping all his food? And Kimmy was like, oh, this is just how he eats now. That's my wife. And it was weird because, you know, obviously they already knew, like, that's usually not how I do it. You know, on the weekends I lax up a little bit, and, you know, we definitely eat out at least once or twice, usually, you know, 3 or 4 times a week, or on the weekends. And that can just decimate a diet like there's no other. So it was awesome to stay on it. But as far as the training, I'm loving it. There's a lot of creativity you get in it. They have like a list of, you know, when you do your assistance work, you can change out a lot of those. They have suggestions on what you should change it out to, and kind of what the rep range and stuff is for that kind of stuff. And it has the, you know, it's all RPE based, so it's based on, you know, how you feel that day and what you think that weight is going to be. So yeah, that's it. I'm about to go crush this deadlift day. I got my bang ready to go. I just want y'all to remember to get better every day. That's kind of our little group saying that we have between, you know, my friends, our little training group that we had back when I was in the military. You know, we've kind of all spaced out, but that's still what it is. It's get better every day. If it's just 1% every day, you know, 1% a year, you know, a day for a year is 365% better than you were the year before. And honestly, like, that's what it takes. You know, if you have this mindset, you can apply it to anything. You know, whatever you want to get better at. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate you guys checking out my channel. It means the world to me. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks.